Stingray. Do you remember swimming along on the missions of the World Aquanaut Security Patrol? With the crew of the most advanced nuclear-powered combat submarine? Gerry Anderson and his crew released Stingray on October 4th, 1964 in the UK, and it debuted in the US on September 12th, 1965 on WPIX, Channel 11. Between the undersea explorations of Jacques Cousteau and the submersible baking powder submarines gotten through the Kellogg's cereal box, my fascination with what happens below the water's surface peaked with the Stingray television series. Taking their creative genius under the sea seemed to be the next natural step for Gerry Anderson's Supermarionation team. In the year 2065, from WASP headquarters just off the California coast, Troy Tempest and the Security Patrol police the world's oceans.
600 knots. Switch to automatic bosun.
Automatic bosun operating.
Many civilizations exist on the ocean floor, and interactions, and sometimes conflicts, occur during encounters with these other beings.
All you need to know is that we are going to destroy Marineville, and you are going to help us.
Stingray's brave team of stringed puppets were Captain Troy Tempest, voiced by Don Mason.
Well, no, sir, but I think Stingray ought to go check it out.
Phones, voiced by Robert Easton.
Panic's over. It's just a fish. A big one, but it's only a fish.
Marina, a mute mermaid who communicates via telepathy, but we'll talk about her shortly. Commander Samuel Shore and Sub-Lieutenant John Horatio Fisher, voiced by Ray Barrett.
It's a tough organization, and we're doing a tough job. 10 seconds to launch. 9.
Lieutenant Atlanta Shore, voiced by Lois Maxwell.
Marineville calling Stingray. Are you receiving us? Are you receiving us? Over.
And Admiral Jack Denver and Doc, voiced by David Graham.
I can remember the whole thing. I'll never forget it.
Don't understand, sir. Without knowing the poison, I can't find an antidote.
I bet you didn't know that the sculptors modeled Captain Troy Tempest's face after the famous film star and television actor James Garner. Or that the voice of Lieutenant Atlanta Shore was Lois Maxwell, best known as the character Miss Moneypenny, who appeared in 15 James Bond films from 1962 to 1985. The last fish story is about Marina. This tailless mermaid who could breathe underwater was modeled after Brigitte Bardot, the French sex symbol of the 1950s and 1960s. Gerry Anderson's wife, Sylvia, was the voice of the mute slave girl. I know that sounds confusing, but she's telepathic, so it all makes sense, right? At least in one episode.
Guess that's one thing that'll never happen.
You're wrong, Troy. You see, I can speak. In a way.
Marina, was that you? But your lips weren't moving.
No, Troy. But you can hear my thoughts.
Marineville News discovered the first marionette love triangle in history. Marina, Commander Troy Tempest, and Lieutenant Atlanta Shore are the puppets involved. A hidden camera caught Atlanta gazing at an accidentally broken photo of the man who was once true to only her.
Oh, no. He can't be.
Later that same day, this reporter witnessed Troy and Marina dive into the sea in Stingray. To date, Marina has not commented on the conflict. The vessel Stingray is a nuclear-powered submarine capable of deep-sea exploration, reaching depths of over 36,000 feet. In emergency situations, it can defend itself with Sting missile torpedoes. The World Aquanaut Security Patrol is housed within the city of Marineville, just off the California coast.
All personnel stand by for battle stations.
The base is capable of defending itself with its fighter aircraft, and interceptor missiles. For extra security, the entire base is built on gigantic hydraulic jacks that can lower it into protective bunkers. An article appeared a month before the September 12, 1965 premiere of the show. On the same day, the Texas CBS station began telecasting many of its shows in brilliant color. Having Stingray broadcast in color instead of black and white added to the interest already piqued in this new show.
Atlanta, it's from Troy.
From Troy?
The day after the show's debut, Ben Gross of New York's Daily News stated, on WPIX at 6:30 p.m., Stingray had its debut in color. It is an imaginative science fiction series in which expertly manipulated puppets are actors.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, just think. Not another person within 300 miles of us.
Henry,
What is that?
someone's at the window.
Well,
As Gerry and Sylvia Anderson improved the realism of their puppetry craft, they decided to create a show in which those in need could be rescued worldwide, on land, under the sea, and in space. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and be on the lookout for Supermarionation Part 4. See you next time.